So we did mention, oh, where did my people go? Hopefully everyone sees my screen. So we did mention AIM reports. For those of you who know, I am part of the Technical and Safety Committee for CSPA. Our team looks at the AIM reports that are submitted every year. But I'm going to strongly encourage everybody. It doesn't matter how small you think an incident is, a malfunction is, submit an AIM report. You can actually do this on your own. If you're at a drop zone that maybe they aren't really proactive with AIM reports, then you can fill one out yourself and submit it. They're on the CSPA website, and that is all right. It does not require a DZO signature, and if you can't get a DZSO signature, that's okay. Even in things with malfunctions where you've landed back, you've even found everything, it all seems fine. We need to know, we do study the things we talk to manufacturers, we look at trends. And as far as incidences, you know, even if you like hurt your sprain an ankle or whatever, those need to be reported. Don't just save it for the big stuff. That's not what they're there for. So really quickly, just to give you guys a quick summary of the AIMs, we have been tracking this since 2014. More intensely since 2020 have we started to push AIM reports and get them utilized. You can see, obviously, we got some numbers slowly growing. Last year, we had a total of 93 submitted, 17 tandem, 23 student, 53 experienced, nothing with the aircrafts. And when you break that down, which is, we break it into the accident, incident, malfunction, and fatality, we had 43 accidents, which an accident, by the way, is something that was like required medical attention or something, it was hurt, like something happened. An incident is more like it just could have been an accident. Malfunction stands for itself. And we had 5 fatalities last year. Of the 5 fatalities, 1 was a student and 4 were experienced jumpers. So this is a really brief summary. I appreciate that a couple of you have mentioned about going on there, but go to CSPA. They're under safety, under the tab of safety. You will see a huge, like 19-page summary analysis of all the AIM reports from 2020 and previous years. Specifically over the last 3 years too, there's like, it provides you tools and references to go look at for specific things. It also has recommendations for coaches, instructors, GCIs, drop zone owners, riggers, packers, like everyone. There's recommendations to really focus on. But if I look at students alone this year, landing occurrences were across the board on everything. Landings were the biggest issues. We saw a huge increase, 62% in landing occurrences. And some of the things just to look at in points, some were doubled up because there was multiple things that created a situation, but 69% of them were related to flaring technique. 15% were a lack of response to ground control. 15% were due to a low turn on final approach. And again, these are students. And then just so you know, it's not often talked about, but some people do write down whether a PLF was attempted. And so if I looked at that data, because I don't think it's really talked about much, it could be that like up to 76% of people just didn't perform a PLF. So PLF, don't forget it. All of us need to know it. It can really save injuries. For experienced jumpers, landings again. Interestingly, this year, 34% or 4.5% were due to hazards in the area. So 60% were due to terrain issues and 30% were identified as target fixation. 27% was due to wind conditions. You can kind of see downwind landings. And this one was interesting to me, the flaring technique. And 44% of it was that there was a low flare. They flared too low. 44% incomplete and 22% no flare. These numbers are weird just because of the data that we collect, but we're growing. The reason somebody's not muted, I don't know who it is, but just mute yourself, please. The reason I asked Ben to talk about canopy collisions in particular is So canopy collisions on final was reported, resulting in injuries sustained by 2 jumpers. One jumper made an adjustment below 50 feet on final approach and did not see the second jumper ahead of them in time, resulting in a canopy collision at 30 feet above the landing area. Pretty frightening. And then also somebody else mentioned this about a free fall occurrence where a group of angle flyers narrowly missed a solo jumper because the group was flying up jump run. So again, very mindful of what's happening, especially movement, wingsuiters, trackers. What's the plan? Know it on the ground. Where should you be going? Which way? If there's multiple movement groups, are we on either side? What is it looking like? So that pre-planning is super important. Again, I just touched on simple stuff for those of you who are tandem instructors. There's also information from UPT and Strong that I do work with. So it's all on there. So I encourage everyone to go on here. But yes, landing occurrences. We need to suck less and do better.